As I'll explain in somewhat more detail, Avalon Bay's fire safety and environmental record raises concerns about whether it is a good neighbor. In addition, Avalon Bay has rushed to litigate against local governments, aggressively pursued real estate tax appeals, and hired low-road service contractors who create bad jobs. Our union published a report on the history of Avalon Bay's fire safety issues well before the horrific fire that consumed an Avalon Bay apartment complex in Edgewater last month. The news media reported that due to the lightweight construction materials and cheap construction methods used by Avalon Bay, the fire rapidly consumed all 240 units in the building, permanently displacing around 500 residents. Apparently, the maintenance workers who started the fire never called 911. Unfortunately, this is only one incident in a long string of fires and fire safety violations at Avalon Bay properties. The very same Edgewater complex burned down in 2000, while Avalon Bay was first building it, in a fire that destroyed or damaged dozens of nearby homes. A jury later ruled that Avalon Bay's negligence contributed to the fire. Another Avalon Bay apartment complex, this time in Massachusetts, was destroyed by a fire in 2011. State Fire Department investigators later declared that faulty construction and lack of fire barriers allowed the fire to spread more quickly and contributed to the damage. And in 2012, a fire completely destroyed an Avalon Bay complex under construction in Garden City, New York. The Federal Occupational Safety and Health Administration determined that the blaze was started by an Avalon Bay contracted worker using a torch without a fire watch in violation of federal regulations. Avalon Bay's environmental record should be of particular concern to the Township Committee, given the significant groundwater remediation that will be required at the former PSNG site. In 2012, a regional water control board found that Avalon Bay had allowed oil, waste asphalt, hydraulic fluid, concrete, and foam release agent to pollute the soil surrounding their construction site in Irvine, California. In the same year, Avalon Bay agreed to a settlement with the local environmental commission after the company was charged with allowing sediment and silt from a Massachusetts construction site to flow into nearby wetlands in violation of the state's Wetlands Protection Act. Further, Avalon Bay has repeatedly sued towns in order to get its way. For example, in 2013, Avalon Bay sued Princeton Township after the Princeton Council voted down the proposed Avalon Bay project. They sued Princeton again in 2014 after the city required soil testing following a public outcry over soil contaminants. And after winning a builder's remedy lawsuit for a project in Bloomingdale, New Jersey in 2009, Avalon Bay sued Bloomingdale again in 2011 in an effort to gain more favorable terms for the development's site plan. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to skip to my conclusion and I'll submit a written version of my testimony with a little more detail. Maplewood should seek a different developer for the PSEG site, and at a minimum should carefully consider whether Avalon Bay deserves this 30-year tax incentive that the Township Committee is considering granting. If Avalon Bay were to develop the site, then Maplewood should not be content with a few minor alterations to the building plan. Maplewood can demand more of Avalon Bay by increasing the pilot payments, demanding robust fire safety measures, and devoting added scrutiny to the company's remediation practices. Thank you, Mayor and Township, for your time.